Hello, OPC. Welcome to this month's Wunda Chair class, Winter Wonderland.
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
Yeah, Winter Wonderland with a Wunda focus. It is so much fun to have winter season and get to do all the fun winter season sports. Maybe you ski, you snowboard, maybe you snowshoe, maybe you're an ice skater, and maybe you are really good at carrying all of the gear that goes along with those sports. Or maybe you live someplace and you have ice on the ground and you've got to be aware of what's going on in your body just to get through the winter sports and the winter living. Not to mention, when we're cold, we tend to hunch in the body and pull the posture out of alignment. That's why, we're wearing these heavy sweaters and jackets and scarves and all of these things, and they can weigh us down. And in our winter Wonderland time, we need amazing stamina out of our lower body. We need balance for slippery surfaces, right? And like I said, there's a lot of gear. There seems to be a whole lot of gear to carry when we are winterizing our lives. So let's make sure that our upper bodies are also up to the challenge of our winter sports season. So for today's class, this month's class, you're going to need a long TheraBand. Nothing too heavy because we will be doing sustained holds. If you don't have a TheraBand that's this long, think about using some leggings. That will give you the length you're looking for and the tension won't be too high. Definitely, we're going to be using a mat because we'll be coming down onto the ground, and a little sticky pad for sometimes when we're definitely going to need our sticky pad. So I'm going to move this to the side. And let's warm up with those arms first. And bring the feet just into an easy Pilates first. And let's go ahead and open the toes as we do a kind of a modified chest expansion. So as your toes curl up, you're going to push back on your strap. So it's just going across the thighs. My hands are just a little bit to the side of the thighs. I don't want too much pull here, just enough to move. Let's go ahead and go for 8 of these. Breathing out and feeling those toes stretch. So easy when we get cold. We always feel the tips of the toes want to curl back in underneath us, and then that can really alter how we're using our feet. Now, we're going to relevate our arms and our heels so everything comes up, everything comes down. And let's see if you can find that line where you're keeping the heels touching. Maybe that's not as comfortable for you. You want to put a little towel between those ankles. But you want to keep the inner thighs active and the bun squeezing. So we're not going forward. We're just trying to rise up, feel that reach. Ooh, I just went to my pinky toes. One more. Okay, we're going to take ourselves into what I call 3-stage bent elbow flossing. So let's take the arms up above the head and now just bring that to the back of your head and see, where does that feel for you? Is that tight? Is that super easy? Do you need to change your hand position on the band? Sometimes wider is better, sometimes tighter is better. So now we're going to go down on the space between the skull and the shoulders, somewhere around the neck. Any spot in there is great. And now see how that helps you open. We want to get those shoulder points nice and wide. It's like our own little chest expansion here. And now let's see if you can take this down further. Can you go behind your shoulders? So I can tell when I go behind my shoulders, I need to open my grip a little bit on the line and make the band longer. Okay, that feels like a good stretch. One more. As you take this back and behind the shoulders, stay here. Anywhere in that upper back is good. And let's take our feet out. So we're more in this wide second, still with a little bit of turn out. And so now we're going to add a little plie here and a twist. So just twisting the upper body, seeing if we can leave the knees where they are to start. Let's do one more on this side. Now we're going to add the knee turning. lift the heel, turn the entire upper body and the thigh. And my foot is turning too. Let's do 2 more each side. And here we go, last one. Staying fairly low and coming back in now. Let's bring this up and over. We're going to try full straight arm flossing, adding a little bit of a plie here. So when we're down, our arms are down. When we go up, see if you can keep the arm straight. Go back all the way down and over. We're going to do this 3 more times. Here's 2. And if your arms don't go this way, go where you are. Maybe it's better for you to do the bent arm one. It's just opening through this line. You got to think about those ski poles, right? We need our shoulder line to be very open when we're using some of our gear. All right, we're going to start with a single leg press down. So I have this Wunda on a medium. Yes, I'm at the medium height. Since you're just going to be doing one leg, make sure that you don't have the tension up too high because we're going to be using our TheraBand. I'm going to angle this a little bit towards you so that you can see. Okay, so when you get right to the edge of your Wunda, take a step back and just give yourself a test. Just here, it should feel, yep, you can pull down, you can hold your balance, you can keep your bottom heel on the floor. All right, let's add the fancy. Find that middle part of your band. Go ahead and put your foot in it, let it come down to the floor, and then bring your hands up so that your thumbs are up, you've got towards the end of your band, and we're going to lift the leg, lift the band, put that toe, ball of your foot right on top of the pedal, and make sure that your TheraBand is all the way under your foot, right? So try not to lean back here. We're going to want to be a little bit forward. So we're going to take the arms out into a V, and let's try 8 presses down. So think of these like your ski poles. You know what I mean? You don't just use your ski poles in your hands. The entire upper body, that back, has to be helping you. Now, keep this down. We're going to do a small hug a tree here. 8 of these. We have 6 more. How's that back leg on the floor doing? Here's 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. I feel a combo coming on, don't you? Let's lift the foot, and as we press down, we're going to squeeze for 5, 4, 3, I'm trying to get it all the way down, 2, and keep my balance, 1. Woo! Okay, now, stay a little bit forward. We're flipping the grip around so that now my hand is over the TheraBand. Again, not too much tension. We're going to work on stepping up and finding our balance. Now, we are doing 10 of these, and there's a reason why. Because the first 5, you're just finding your balance. So let's try that. Here we go. We're going to come up with a little lift, and you'll find figuring out where your balance is takes a second. Okay, last 5, here we go. Whoop! And 5, 4, I'm aiming my eyes down a little bit, 3, 2, it continues this diagonal line so much better, and 1. Your foot and the pedal, everybody goes up together with that TheraBand, lift off and bring that down. And we get to do the other side. So you should already know where center-ish is. Flip so that your hands are towards the end with the thumbs at the top. You want to be about a foot back from your Wunda. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Now, not unusual when you change sides to find out your balance is a little different, strength is a little different, so feel free to adjust that base foot if you need to. So we're going to, this time, take those hands a little more in a straight line instead of a V. And let's press down here for our 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now I'm keeping this one down. And instead of doing hug a tree, we're going to row. So this is like bent arm using our poles.